My name is John Cappel. I have come here this morning to celebrate the life of my brother-in-law, Miles Bennett. Miles was such a wonderful brother-in-law. I couldn't explain in words what he meant to me. First of all, I met Miles when I was 10 years old. I've known him for 70 years and probably longer than anyone else in this room here today. Furthermore, when I came back from overseas, I brought my new wife back, and the first person we met when we got off the plane was Miles. Miles greeted us, and he greeted my wife in such a way that she would like me to read a statement that she wrote for her. When I married my husband Jack, for the first time we traveled to the United States, I was unsure of what to expect due to the current level of unrest in the country at that time. When we landed, the very first person I met was Miles in 1966. He greeted with me such a pleasant smile and warm welcome, which put me greatly at ease. Since then, as the relatives gathered for fellowship, Miles, Kathy were always present and welcoming, warm, and loving to me. It was easy for me to see that Miles and Kathy were children of God, which gave me peace and comfort to be around them. I always will be grateful for their having known them, and I wish them peace and happiness together in their sacred journey with God. That's something that my wife wanted me to read to you today and tell you how she felt about Miles as well. As I said, I met Miles when I was only 10 years old, and he was the brother-in-law to be coming into my life to marry my sister Kathy. I can't think of any human being I would have ever wanted to be with my sister other than Miles. He was the ideal brother-in-law and the most wonderful person I had ever known in my life. He was not only a preacher and a school teacher, but also the preacher of the gospel. He was the most principled man I have ever known. And to celebrate his life is very special to me. I could talk to you forever about the wonderful things that Miles has done for myself and others, people all around him, and there's not enough adjectives, at least positive adjectives, to say how good he was. So I won't bore you with all that, but what I would like to tell you, the last days or the last moments of his life, how special he still was to everyone. On March the 20th, I spoke to him on the phone while he was on his deathbed. And he asked me how I was doing, and I told him I was okay, old man with minor ailments here and there, but getting by. And he couldn't help but ask, how's my wife, Mai? So I advised him. I said, Miles, I said, she's doing real good. She's come through her heart attack. She's getting better. She's relatively normal in that respect. But she has a hard time walking and moving around because of all the pain she's in. The first thing Miles wanted to do was pray for her. Miles spent the next 10 minutes at the top of his voice, however loud he could be at that moment, on his deathbed, 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes, praying for her, that she would receive God and begging God to help her heal and be normal again. Now, We can talk about all the great things that people have done in their life. But when you're on your deathbed and you're praying and thinking of others and not yourself, and putting yourself behind your friends, neighbors, relatives, and you're reaching out to God for help for them, that is a rare, rare individual. And that was Miles at his very best. Miles, please rest in peace.